Hello everyone, welcome back. In this episode of Bitcoin Trade, another news. Looks like they're not quite done yet. After the ruling um, from one government regulator, here comes another government regulator um, trying to do something. Um, I'm not sure how realistic this is going to be, or if this is going to even work out at all. Some of this is completely unenforceable, and to a large extent. Um, Having everyone go under an extensive disclosure and capital requirement, um, because the way it's, no, we got a ruling. Investors are users. Users are not money transmitters. Um, Washington State has declared Bitcoin as money. There's a lot of things that's going to cross over, and this is going to force a lot of legal issues with Bitcoin. So this is going to be interesting to see how they're gonna try to do this, because anything they do with Bitcoin will have to be applied to um, all types of securities, as well as all types of business related to those securities. Um, so they got to be really careful, because they may have unintended consequences in which the laws that are going to be implemented, or however they're going to do it, could open up a lot of precedent on how things are regulated, because Bitcoin's all new. So this is, anything's up for grabs in the legal system, as far as what's going to happen here. So it's going to be really interesting. I don't know how this is going to unfold, but in here, this author, the author of this article, which is, let me scroll up here. Author of this article here, Peter J. Henning there. More Bitcoin regulation is inevitable. And I finally got a picture where it looks like they're all happy and everything. I don't know how true this is, or how real this is going to get, but I don't see how they can enforce it unless you buy an electronically exchanged Bitcoin fund, which is a security in itself. But to say Bitcoin is a securities, or it's a futures trading, I don't know how they can make an argument, because when I have ownership of something real, and I'm taking ownership of it, and I'm doing what I will with it. I'm not pretending to buy cotton. I'm not pretending to buy rice. I'm not pretending to buy gold or buy aluminum. I am actually buying something. And with that, I can actually buy something real. I can, if I wanted to buy gold, I really want to buy gold. This is, again, this concept and this thought is in the process of a thinking of how can I say? People who are into money think like this. I'm not into money. I'm into Bitcoins. So Bitcoins doesn't apply to any of these, in my opinion. Of course, my opinion, right? But I just don't know how this can be enforced. I'm not buying a piece of paper that says I have this many stocks, or this many contracts of, I don't know, aluminum. What I'm doing with my Bitcoin is real. I'm bringing something, electric, an instrument, of some payment, an electric instrument of payment that's real, that has a value. I put value into it because that's what I paid to put into it, and there's whatever value I can extract from it, from the next purchaser. A lot of ways it's just nothing more than a product maybe, but in either case, um, it's, you can regulate this because it's nothing more than um, a trade. Like, if you want to regulate the trades that I'm doing, um, that's fine. But the hard part is this system. That's weird. Moves around like that. Okay. Anyways, this system here is the old system. The old system that people are trying to get away from because this system's been manipulated and compromised. So I don't know I don't know the purpose of this, but I don't, at the same time, I don't see how you can try to use this for Bitcoin, because remember, the way it's set up now is you're stuck at those exchanges. You're stuck with this. You can't really take any physical possession of any of this stuff that you trade here and claim it to be yours, because it never is yours. With Bitcoin, you can make a claim that Bitcoin is yours, and that you own it, and that you can possess it and do whatever you will with it. I don't understand how they can miss that. But anyways, it'll be interesting to see, because I'm sure as the regulations are put forth, there's going to be a lot of challenges to those regulations. It wouldn't surprise me that there is a challenge somewhere at some point in time where we can, not we, but somebody would possibly challenge the legality of what this is and how Bitcoin is treated. So I mean, I guess it's good and bad. It's good in a way that we can finally get a determination and ruling. It's bad because if this is ever taken to the courts, either for both parties or for one or the other, that a decision would ultimately be made if any dispute arises, and so and we'll have to live with that decision. Both, it could be good or bad for either parties, or bad for both parties, or good for both parties. I mean, that's the whole point of the court system, right? But then again, it can go the other way as well. So, anyways, just a news update on this. If anybody's watching, remember, at any point in time, I mean, literally, as the laws and the rules are more clear, the way Bitcoin's going to be integrated in our lives is going to be very different, as well as the very old and existing system will have to also live with the decisions they make and they put into writing. And it may not be, they got to be very careful, because once they implement something into law, they will have to follow that law as well, and it'll affect everybody else just as much. So there may be some unintended consequences that they may change, where it can go against them, then it can go for them, or it can go for everybody. Who knows? So anyways, there's the update on some news going on, and my opinion on it. If you want to read the whole thing, there it is, and there's a nice picture of it. So I hope everyone enjoys this. I'm not going to do any chart episode today. I just want to do a quick news update. Let me see what else is up there. Oh, okay. Here's another thing I've been. It's something I've been reading. Just talks about the overall. Look at that. There's all of a sudden there's cryptocurrencies popping up everywhere, and here's a little uh, graph, or I don't know what it is, but they got Bitcoin, Ripples, Litecoin, Peercoin. There's Dogecoin, and they got the value. Of course, the highest value per coin would be Bitcoin, which is at 808 was what they have. Second highest would be Litecoin, and then after that Peercoin. After that, you're getting into pennies. So maybe 60 or 50 cents of pennies. Anyways, I want to show this because it looks like there's a little market starting to pop up for virtual currencies. So, and it's not something you can stop. It's not something you can, you know, prevent. It's happening independently without just by the fact that people are volunteering to do this. You just can't stop something like this. I don't see how you can. It's like telling people stop talking. How can you tell people to stop talking? Or it's like telling people to stop breathing. You know, I just find it hard to enforce. I'm just seeing it kind of hard to enforce something like this. And if it gets to the point where it becomes like a police state, where we're being policed all the time on whether we use Bitcoin or not and how we use Bitcoin, it's just going to drive people out, and it's going to drive money out. You know, I don't know what to say, but it's just going to drive people out. I may go to, I don't know, another country where I find Bitcoin to be more friendly, and you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll start a business in another country as a Bitcoin trader. That could be another possibility for me. I'll still be a U.S. citizen, of course. I mean, nothing preventing me from doing that. But you know, I might do something like that. I mean, that's what other people do when regulation starts coming down on them, and you know, it feels like they're literally policing certain groups, especially Bitcoin users or Bitcoin investors. And you know, what can I say? I'll just take my business and my transactions to another place where I'm not, you know, policed. You know, the police enforcement is, well, I wouldn't say enforcement. I mean, you can enforce all you want, but there's just a point where it gets ridiculous. And then also, just I feel like I'm living in a police state where you're being constantly watched. But at the same time, when a crime does occur, they're nowhere around. They, you know, there's like, where are you guys? Are you selectively choosing the crimes? I think that's kind of unfair. So, anyways, this is my opinion on that. Again, there's no chart in this episode. I just wanted to show that there seems to be a market for multiple cryptocurrencies, and that's good and that's bad. I mean, everyone knows how I feel about other currencies. Is, you know, Bitcoin's the original, so it has more value just because of that. And you know, another thing is it has historical value as well, because I have to admit it's going to be in the history books, you know, that this point in time, you know, Bitcoin became a well-known form of whatever, money, trade, or revolutionized the financial industry. It's possible for that as well. I mean, so there's some historical value here, because you know, you can't ignore that this is going to be noted somewhere in history. at least the scholars maybe in the future will talk about this when they talk about finance with their students maybe. I'm not sure, but you have to admit there's some historical relevance here, and I think that's another reason why Bitcoin is probably gonna over time you'll see Bitcoin being the cryptocurrency of value for the most part. But who knows? Technology changes all the time. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, like, dislike, or video response. Bye now.